everybody? Beyond Drew TV here. Welcome back to the channel, and it is finally time for everybody to have access to Prehistoric Kingdom. That's right, it is early access time, and if you are watching this, hopefully you have your hands on this awesome game that, again, is still in early access, but still really exciting to see everyone get their hands on it and see what everyone can kind of do with it. I know a lot of you have had this game on your wish list for a long time now, so yeah, again, it's really exciting to see kind of everyone get their hands on it and see what everyone's going to be building with all these awesome tools there and everything. So, but yeah, today we're going to go ahead and start a brand new kind of park thing. I'm hoping that we can keep this kind of going throughout early access, maybe beyond, but yeah, hopefully get to build for all of our awesome animals in the, again, in early access, because we have access to a bunch of different animals. What do we have? 23 different prehistoric animals at the start here. So yeah, hopefully we can build for all of those in some sort of fashion there. So, but yeah, as we start off today, we are starting at the beginning of our park, which is going to be the entrance area. Have a little bit of an outline for a parking lot ready to go. Did not kind of finish the parking lot, just kind of, again, got the outline going, but wanted to get the kind of the front entrance buildings, the front entrance like ticket booths or entrance structures, whatever you want to call them. That is really the main focus today. We also build a little bit of a habitat or enclosure for the Brachiosaurus, the Triceratops, and the something else. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, there is a third animal as well, but that is kind of our entrance way. Big habitat reveal and everything. It's really cool looking, kind of like a, like an herbivore valley with a big river running through and everything. But yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, that is near the end of the episode. But in between there and now, I thought we would go ahead and yeah, kind of break down and read over all of the fun stuff that we have coming to early access, just in case you have not seen all of the fun stuff that we're getting yet or heard about it yet. Yeah, there's a big old 6-page document that Blue Meridian has sent over to some of us. So yeah, let's go ahead and read through. Actually, you know what? I think this is the information that they gave out before, but never bad to read over it again. Yes. All right, so let's go ahead and see what they have. Let's see. The wait is over. Prehistoric Kingdom Early Access is finally here. This exciting release offers 23 prehistoric animals, 3 playable maps, animal welfare, basic economy management, and more. Let's take a look at what you can expect in your first Prehistoric Kingdom Early Access playthrough. So, and then yeah, speaking of the different game modes, we are in sandbox mode, and for those of you that have never been on the channel before, welcome, hello, hi. But we mainly focus on sandbox mode in this game. We just kind of like to build to our heart's content kind of thing. But yeah, we might be checking out the challenge mode and all that kind of fun stuff and see how the economy and science points and all that kind of fun stuff works. But anyways, let's keep going on here. So the animals, we have all the different dinosaurs. I'm going to probably butcher a good amount of these names, and I do apologize for that, but let's give it a go. So we have the Acrocanthosaurus, the Argentinosaurus, the Brachiosaurus, the Camarasaurus, the Dinocarius, the Dryosaurus, the Edmontosaurus, the Iguanodon, the Lambiosaurus, the Nosotoceratops, the Pachyorhinus, the Protoceratops, the Parasaurolophus, ooh, that was a good one, Psittacosaurus, the Torvosaurus, the Triceratops, the Tyrannosaurus, and the Styracosaurus. Whew, that was... wow. Mammals, we have the woolly rhino, the Smilodon, and the woolly mammoth. Let's see, the Smilodon, yeah, those are going to be available for early access. Let's see, mini exhibits. We have the Archaeopteryx and the Microraptor. Oh my gosh, I butchered that really bad. So I feel like I got like 85% of them pretty all right. So I don't know, rate me down below. Let me know how I did there. And yeah, let's keep on going here. Let's see, listen in awe as these amazing beasts each have their own sounds harmonizing throughout the park. Every animal is unique in its size, variation, and saturation value, with various animations for every species. Watch them bring life to your park as they walk, run, graze, sleep, eat, drink, and even poop. Oh yes, they definitely poop. That's not all, folks. Additional animations and interactions between animals will include in notable updates after early access launch. And the animal menagerie will continue to expand as more remarkable species join Prehistoric Kingdom. The three maps we see, we have three different maps. There's temperate, scrubland, and coastal. We are currently building in the scrubland map for this one. Each map has a specific tailored color grading and ambient lighting so that players can enjoy the different environments in each of their parks around the globe. Game modes, challenge. So the first one is the challenge mode. Take the role of park manager and grow your economy by developing the infrastructure in order to care for your animals. Maximize your potential exhibit score by improving the state of habitats to increase science points production and park donation from guests. Science points can be collected passively at each enclosure and are based on the current exhibit score. Use these points to unlock new dig sites and animals to showcase at your zoo. You can unlock animals in the excavation menu found in the management dashboard. And then sandbox mode, which we are currently playing. Modify the game settings to your liking or reach your full creative potential and design your dream park with no limits. So you can customize the starting cache, the starting science points. You can have infinite power, animal habitat welfare, you can turn it on or off. Animal dung, you can turn it on or off. Unlock animals. So you can also, kind of, if you want to have a customized kind of challenge mode, you can give yourself like a smaller amount of cash or a large amount of cash and give yourself like no science points or some science points. So that's pretty cool to give you the option to kind of go in between there. Let's see, next up is scenario mode. A fully narrated tutorial can be accessed via the game menu. Although intended for newcomers to the game and genre, this helpful guide is a joyful park managing experience for all players. Let's see, developing these goal-driven features has been a great introduction to the team to apply narrative-based game objectives to Prehistoric Kingdom with more scenarios to follow in the not-so-distant future. Let's see here. Next up is the build menu. See, build and decorate your dream park using an array of powerful creative tools. Yes, and that's what we like on this channel, all of the awesome creative tools which you can kind of see being used in this video, hopefully. So terraforming is the first one up. Grow jungles, carve rivers, and raise mountains across the enormous playable area that each map has to offer using the terraforming suite. Carve terrain with 6 distinct tools to shape the land. Raise, lower, level, erode, roughen, and smooth are your different options. Get your feet wet with up to 3 paintable water materials: calm, rough, and muddy. Adjust the water depth intensity to your liking to carve shallow rivers or form monumental lakes across the map. Paint terrain and forest with 6 paintable biomes: tropical, wetland, scrubland, temperate, coastal, and boreal. And again, for those of you coming over from Planet Zoo, you might be used to only being able to use one specific biome in one specific map. Not the case for this game. You can switch between any different biome that you want to, and you can use those different substrates to kind of color. So if you want the sand from the scrubland and the mud from the coastal, you can combine those together. Same with the foliage and everything. There's no limitation to that there. And then also for the water, again, for people mainly coming from Planet Zoo, the water is way different than in Planet Zoo. It's not volumetric, so you can basically just kind of paint the water down on the ground, kind of similar to Planet Coaster. If you played Planet Coaster, very much so works like that. So yeah, you can just kind of click and drag and it kind of paints the water down in that way. So anyways, let's kind of keep on going on here. The desert and grassland biomes are still in the works and will be added in future updates. Yes, we don't have access to the desert and grassland yet, but I'm really excited to see, especially the desert. I'm really excited to see what we can do with that there. Modular Prefabs. Bring your Prehistoric Kingdom to life with a selection of buildings from several categories, including enclosures, paths, animal care, park infrastructure, and guest facility. Using the game's powerful prefab system, users can select from an extensive range of officially pre-made facilities and decorate to populate their parks with. So yeah, similar to Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo, where you had pre-made blueprints. If you don't want to spend the time building up buildings and everything, there's some pre-made ones by Blue Meridian, the developers, or eventually you'll be able to get different workshop items off of Steam Workshop, I believe, is the plan. Let's see. Next up is path and fences. Choose from 15 fences and 11 path materials using an intuitive spline-based construction system and enable terrace fence terraced fence placement to create a uniquely staggered look. Modular items. Get custom with over 600 modular items, including wall structures, roofs, doors, and windows, lights, props, scenery items, trees, shrubbery, plants, rocks, sticks, and even VFX fire, smoke, and water. Yes, you can make waterfalls and all that kind of fun stuff in there. So a selection of modular shapes are available to create fully custom pieces in your park. And to note on this, especially the paths and fences, yes, as you can see in the in the footage here, I have used some of the quote-unquote, path that's in the game. So we have that kind of swooping, curvy path up the hillside here. And then on the left side, if you noticed in the build, that's actually all build pieces. So you can kind of switch between because the guests can use either one. They recognize, and you kind of see I'm kind of having to adjust my concrete padding there because the guests were able to walk between the two structures, and I did not want them to do that. But again, it's kind of really cool. You got to be able to separate the fact that you can use the path system for pathing, but then again you can use the build system, the modular pieces, flat pieces that they can walk on, or stairs. There's in-game stairs of different sizes that they can actually use and walk up. You can build your own custom stairs, your own custom slopes, and everything like that. So yeah, you really got to kind of start to think bigger with this game, with the really amazing intuitive tools that we have at our disposal there. So next up, let's see. All modular pieces can be scaled to increase or decrease its size, allowing for more creative customization. Yes, that is a huge one. You've probably seen me, especially here using the rocks. I'll probably see me earlier in the build as well, using that scaling tool a whole lot, because it again it changes a single thing. Again, rocks are a perfect example. It changes one rock and you can rescale it and resize it and all that kind of fun stuff, and it turns it into just a bunch of different variations of different rocks, basically. So yeah, the scaling tool is just very important, and really glad that we finally have a game that utilizes it really well. So Kingdom is moving away from the locked quote-unquote buildings with low interaction value and opting for prefabs made entirely with modular systems. This allows players to delete, recolor, restyle, and in the future even change the building's function. In essence, every piece of functionality will be handled fully modularly, unlocking limitless potential. So yeah, that sounds very fun. Next up, we have custom modular prefabs. Players can save their creations for repeated use around their park or in other saves. Though it is not yet linked to the Steam Workshop, coming soon. There you go, like we were talking about earlier. Prefabs can be shared locally by finding them on your computer and uploading them online or in our Discord. Can't wait to see what you can make. Next up, we have Manage. For animal welfare, every species in your park has needs, and it's up to you to care for them. They require ideal fencing, paddock size, water, forest, and cleanliness. You can view these stats by clicking on the habitat category in the animal info box. Later on, when we're building our habitat, we do click on the big habitat, and you kind of see that box or that menu kind of pop up very briefly. I'll try and mention it when we go over there. Your prehistoric animals will poop after eating. Go figure. Lowering the cleanliness of the habitat. Place a dung beetle nest near poop piles to automatically clean them, or select the clean command from the bottom of an exhibit menu. And I mentioned this in an earlier Prehistoric Kingdom video, but I love this idea of giving kind of a natural way to get rid of the dung and feces and everything from your dinosaurs. So yeah, I hope we get to see some more kind of features like that in the future. Next up, we have, much like regular animals, mini exhibit species will soon have welfare needs as well. This will be introduced in a later update, but for now, you can still place and build a habitat for your beautiful aviary creatures. So yeah, again, these are for the for the birds and everything that we have, these little small exhibits. Tip: to remove the fencing around the mini aviaries, simply select the exhibit and click Edit Group using the styling toolbox to remove the shell or create your own. Yes, that's really cool that we get the option to get rid of the cage around the aviary if we would like to build our own. In the future, low animal welfare will lead to illness and eventually death. These repercussions will be introduced in a later update. Basic power management. Certain infrastructures will need electricity. In the park infrastructure category, utilities such as solar panels or wind turbines can be placed next to buildings to power your park. Next up, we have exhibit score, donations, and science points. Players can improve the state of habitats by watching out for animal welfare and working to maximize their potential exhibit score. This will increase passive science points production and park donations from guests. Soon we'll be looking into guests interacting with buildings. For now, we've added a simulated economy for amenities and exhibit donations that will add some complexity to the economy management in your park. To find your exhibit score, simply select the perimeter fence of a habitat. And again, we're going to select that later on. You'll kind of get a glimpse of that menu. Science points are used to unlock new dig sites and animals. Players can collect science points passively by each enclosure based on the enclosure's current exhibit score. Next up, we have the known issues and bugs. I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but the team at Creativo and Blue Meridian gave out content creator keys to some of us. So I've had a content creator access, or build I should say, for the last week or so. So these bugs that they're about to mention might be specific to the build that I have, but they might have changed for early access, so take these with a grain of salt. They may be different, they may be fixed, they may be relevant still, who knows. But anyways, known issues and bugs. Though we are already aware of various issues in the build, we felt that these were the most pressing to notify players about to prevent duplicate reports. Selection graphics are not final, and they will look different in time after the early access release. At times, prefab previews can load up fully white. If this occurs, restart the game and reopen the save. Box selection is not currently integrated. Egg on my face. I went on a whole, not like tirade, but I think I asked like 3 or 4 different creators who have who had early access, hey, can you can we do multi-select yet? Which I think that's what that means. Box selection, is that more like multi-select? I was like, is there a way to do multi-select yet? And I went on the Prehistoric Kingdom Discord, and then I was like, hey, is there a way to do multi-select yet? And people were like, no, not yet. But if I would have just read this earlier, I would have seen that. But yeah, okay, good. I'm glad that is on the docket, because that is very, very important to moi. And next up, or last up, we have an obscure issue can cause the game to be locked at 10 to 12 frames per second on startup, but the issue should resolve after restarting the game. Cool. And then to finish up the little early access report here, what can you expect to see in the next few months? Early access is a huge achievement, but by no means is it a finished game. We continue development and support. Many more features are expected to be released in future updates so that players can truly build the ultimate prehistoric zoo of their dreams. If you're interested in seeing what's in the works for Prehistoric Kingdom, you can visit our Trello page to view the biggest content updates coming in the next few months. If you have any further questions, please be sure to get in touch with us through Twitter, Facebook, or Discord. And lastly, we started this game as a small-scale project all the way back in 2014. After all this time, we must thank our wonderful community once again for their outstanding support over the years. We hope you all enjoy what we have in store for you so far. We're happy to announce that Prehistoric Kingdom is officially available to everyone worldwide. Yes, and they, I think they just announced they're expanding the team a little bit more today. They also had an early access stream, kind of showing off future updates and plans and everything. So I will try to remember to link their Trello down below, because they are always updating their Trello, and also on their socials, like they said, if you would like to get in contact with them, they are a really, really dedicated, responsive team. So yeah, if you contact them on Discord or Twitter or something, if it's not right away, someone will probably get back to you as long as you ask something relevant, obviously. But yeah, they are a really, really awesome team over there. So, but yeah, no, that pretty much, wow, reading that whole thing pretty much got us through the entire time lapse there. That pretty much wraps up the time lapse there. Again, to mention with this last little habitat build here, I was kind of coming near the end of my time recording. I needed to get this time lapse ready to go and everything. And yeah, I might redo this entire thing. Is where I'm about to go with that. I have this idea of, and I found this really cool concept art of this overlook, kind of, again, overlooking this entire Herbivore Valley type thing, and it looked a lot cooler in the concept art, especially the actual habitat part. And we actually don't get to the building of the observation deck or anything like that, so this is kind of it was like a once-over. It was kind of like getting used to the tools kind of thing, I guess you would say. But yeah, we might redo this. I might just try and improve it. We'll kind of see. Do let me know what you do let me know what you think of it. There it is, down below. And yeah, hey, again, do you have Prehistoric Kingdom yet? If not, you should definitely check it out. I believe it is $29.99 US. Can't speak on like Canada or anything else like that, but I'm pretty sure it's $29.99 US. And that is honestly a really, really good deal for the game, and especially for an early access title. There is a ton of content, again, for it being early access there. So definitely check it out. And yeah, again, if you haven't already, what are you building? Definitely let me know and show it off if you'd like to. We do have a Discord down below, links down in the description there. Do have a Prehistoric Kingdom section, so if you'd like to show off your Prehistoric Kingdom builds, get some inspiration, we do have an inspiration section. Again, get feedback on your builds or get feedback to other people's builds. Definitely check out the Prehistoric Kingdom, my Discord down below to show them off there. And yeah, also follow me up on Twitter as well. I'll be sharing pictures of my Prehistoric Kingdom builds over there, as well on Discord and all the other fun socials and stuff like that. But yeah, awesome, cool. Hey, thanks so much everyone for viewing. Always do appreciate it. Be sure to hit that like button on your way out there. Always does help out the video, helps out the channel as well. And yeah, we're gonna have a bunch more Prehistoric Kingdom videos coming on out very, very soon. We'll kind of continue this big old park here and just kind of see where it takes us. So cool. Hey, thanks so much everyone. Always do appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see you in the next build.